All right, so right now the contact is literally just a duplicate of homepage. So what we want to do is just actually change this. All we did was change the title name. So to do that, we can just go over. If you hover over it, it'll say edit with Elementor. That only says edit with Elementor because it's already been edited with Elementor. So just be aware that if it doesn't pop up on a fresh new page, it's not going to. You have to click on it, go into the Gutenberg Editor, and then you'll see an option on the top that says edit with Elementor, and you click on that, and then you'll be brought to the editor. So obviously here we're going to be brought to the front end of our page, and here it's loaded up. And so now what we want to do is we just want to make some adjustments to this, right? So we don't want it to be exactly what this is currently. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do some page setting things real quick here. So I'm going to go down here, and this will do the page settings. So you click on the little gear. Contact us, that's fine. Publish is fine. This I want to turn off. I'm going to say no to hide title, and then we'll hit update. The reason why is that I want to know that this is the contact page, okay? So that way it didn't show up, but I think it'll show up later on. Sometimes, I don't know why it's not updating correctly, but it's just like when you do a web page, you want to make sure you actually preview it in multiple browsers to make sure it looks correct. So if you really want to make sure that this looks exactly like what you want to get out of the Elementor editing area. And then from there, you can actually see what it actually looks like. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll be working in this, and I'll keep a duplicate of the page in another tab, and I'll refresh it as I'm working so I can see if it's actually doing what I wanted it to do. So anyways, we want to show the title, so that's fine. We're gonna keep that there. Okay, that looks fine. So now I'm going to click, let's just click back on the modules. Now, what I want to do is I want to edit this section. Actually, let's get rid of these items. So all you have to do is just right click over top of it, and you'll see delete. And then I'll right click over top of this and delete. And now we've gotten rid of the two pieces there. This section itself, I want to keep it full width here, but I want the content to be boxed. See how the content's going all the way to the outsides? I don't want that to happen anymore. So I'm going to right click on top of the section, and you'll see edit section. It'll pop open over here, and then you'll see content width. It'll say full width. Go ahead and just do boxed. Okay. And now let's hit update. And you should see that this should oh, you know what? It might not actually preview because the web browser is, let's see if I go like this, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of a gap there now. But we'll put it back. But basically it will box in the content. So now the content, it has margins on either side. Okay. So that's what we were after. I think that was the only thing I needed to do on that section. Okay. The next thing I want to do is, right now this has one column, this section here. So I want to have two columns. Oh, you know what? Actually, go back to edit section. We got to do another thing here too. And I want to change this image and use instead of color. So what we're going to do is go to the style section. And then we're going to go ahead and trash these two images. Go ahead and delete those. So now they're gone. And I'm going to go to classic now. And instead of an image here, I'm just going to go ahead and do a color. We'll click on this, and I'm just going to use my primary color. All right, so that way it's just the primary color, has a nice background. I think that will look better. And then we'll hit update. Probably should have done that before we previewed, but you get the idea. Okay, good. All right, so that's all the settings I want to do as far as the section is concerned. I want to add another column. So to do that, we're going to right-click over top of the, see this little column thing pops up here? So you're going to right-click on that, and then you'll see Add New Column. And now we'll have two columns. Now, the columns by themselves, they'll automatically be 50. If I had three, they'll each be 33%, or 33.333. If it was four, they each be 25%. Okay. So if you want to adjust the size of them, you have to just grab one. So it doesn't really matter which one you grab. I'm going to grab this one, and you'll see column width, and it's by percentages. So if I do 67, that'll make this 2/3, and this will become 1/3. If I click on this one and make it 67, this will become 1/3. So basically, that's what we're trying to do. I just want to make a larger column on the left and a smaller column on the right. Okay. So that looks good. We'll go ahead and hit update. And wait for it to update. As soon as that's updated, I'm going to hit back on this columns thing. And then we're going to start putting our content in here. So what I want to do is put a map over here. So I'm going to go to the Google Maps, click and drag into there. And then it's going to need an address. So we'll just Control A, and we'll do 1 C Hawk Drive, and it should start to pop up. Really? You're not popping up? Okay. One Seahawk Drive. And then what is it? North should pop up. There you go. Northeast Maryland. That's the one. Okay, so good. Okay, so that's good enough. I'm actually going to copy that. Control C and just paste it in here and make sure it's good. Control V. Now I can do other adjustments in here too to make this closer or farther away. But I don't like how it's rectilinear. I want to make it more. I want to make it more square. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually change the height of this to 500. So you can just drag this slider, or I could just type in 500, and that way it'll just force it to be larger, and the section will adapt to the size of it. Okay, because this is my important information. All right. Now over here, what I want to do is have a bunch of information. So we'll just hit update. You don't have to hit update every time. I just like doing it just to make sure that, like, in case it crashes or something, just I know that like is done. It's like hitting save, right? So over here, we're going to go ahead and do a heading. I'm going to click and hopefully click and drag. And then we'll just change the heading to come visit, or maybe it's just visit us. Did I write visit us? Yeah, visit us. Sorry, visit us. You'll notice that the color is kind of crummy, and that's because it's green, because that's our primary color. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to Style. I'm going to click Text Color, and let's just make it secondary so I can see it. Okay, I'm going to go back to Content, and let's go ahead and center it. And I think that's probably fine. That looks okay. And then we'll hit Update. Now, you can adjust other settings if you'd like, but I think that's probably good. I'll hit Update. And then I'm just going to put the address underneath it. So I'm going to wait for that to update. Then I'll hit the modules. Boop. And we're going to go to Text Editor. Click and drag that right underneath Visit Us. And then I'm literally just going to go ahead and put the address in there. Okay. Scroll down a little here. Come on. Can you scroll down a little? Yeah. Okay. Drop caps. Okay. That's all fine. Numbered bullet list. How do I center? I don't see center. That's weird. So what we'll do is we'll just do our own. I'm not sure where the center is. So we'll put P's on here. So this is just how you do it manually. P. Okay, so if you ever need to write manually, this is good for you anyway. Then inside of there, I can do style equals quotes. And then we'll do text align. And then we'll do center. Boom, boom. And then you'll see it's centered. So that's how you would do an inline style if you're trying to force something while you're writing it, if you don't see an option in here. I'm sure it exists, I'm just not seeing where it's toolbar. Ah, that's why. So there it is right there. Okay, so you can click on this. I think it's because I had this so compressed. But anyway, if you do need to manually write something that you're not getting, you can actually just, and I do this a lot on the website that you're currently looking at. Most of the stuff you see are actually, it's written like that. All little icons and stuff to the right there, those all have to be written like this in order to make those work. There's not like a button I click on. Okay. So that looks fine. I'm not super happy with the color. Let's go to Style, and let's do Text Color, and maybe let's do Accent. I don't really like it. Maybe I should flip these. We'll just leave it like that. You can format however you like. Okay, so that looks fine to me. I'm going to call that good. And then what I'm going to do is put a divider in between. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this... let's just leave it as text color. I don't like it, but we're going to do that. I'm going to hit update. And then put a divider in between them. Once it's done updating, click on the modules again to get back to the modules. You'll see divider. Click and drag. Basically, come on, there you go. It's a horizontal rule is all that it does. I'm going to have that selected. Width is 100%. That doesn't really matter. Let's go to Style, and I'm going to take the color, and let's just do accent for that. And then we'll just hit update. Again, I would go through and make more changes, because if you look, this looks kind of, there's like a big gap underneath it. So there's like things I would do to fix it. But for the sake of making this is already, we're at 9 minutes already. So, okay. And then we're just going to do another heading, put that underneath this one. Okay. And then this one, we'll just say, follow us, right? And we'll do center. And then I'm going to go up here, make this white, and we'll update it. Really shouldn't have done center on these. Oh well. Anyway, so click on this, and now what we're going to do is down here. So you'll notice that there's this pro section. So there's a basic section. The pro is all locked, the little locks there. I'm going to click on this to collapse it, and then we'll get the next section. There's actually another section down here. And we're just going to scroll down so we see social icons, and I'm going to drag that here. And you're going to see it's giving us a bunch of options. We can add items, we can remove items. I'm just going to leave them like that for right now because I feel like that is probably good enough. But obviously, if we were going to do more with this, I'd want to like actually hook these up and connect them and stuff. But for now, I'm going to say that that's fine. All right, so we get a good idea of what we have here. I think that is fine. I'm going to take this vertical line and just make it to the top for the column. That didn't really do what I was looking for. Let's click on this edit section. Let's see if we can do shape typography. Text align. Layout. Let's see. Vertical line. Let's do top. I was going to hoping that would snap it up to the top. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'd have to look it up, but I thought that would do it. So let's update. All right. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to get remove these other sections, right? Because obviously these are leftovers from the other one. So all we're going to do is we're going to go over here. I'm going to hit this little X over to the delete section. And that's going to get rid of the whole section. Oops, hover over it, delete section, hover over it, delete section, and voila, it's all gone. And then we'll just hit update. Okay, and now that should look good. So we'll click on this, and we will, I'm going to middle mouse button click, which will open it up in a new tab. And then I'm also just going to go ahead and click exit to dashboard. And that will bring me back to the dashboard. However, because I hit the middle click, it opens in a new tab instead of just directly bringing us there. And when I click on this, now I can actually see our page, right? So that looks pretty cool. Okay. So let's go back over here, and you can see it brings me to here, which is kind of stupid. I can either click back to WordPress. I'm not sure what that's doing. Actually, let's just click on this W here. I think this might bring me to the Gutenberg Editor. All right, and then we're back to our page area.